Hello, friends, fans, and listeners. This is Paul, your usual dungeon master for the Make Believe Heroes podcast. This special recording is coming to you a little later than we'd hoped. I'd hoped to get this out to you this afternoon, but life and things like that got in the way. So instead, it's going out kind of late tonight, but hopefully it's there waiting for you first thing when you head out to work. Now, the morning of Thursday, May the 2nd. You may or may not have heard, yesterday, we officially launched our Patreon account. I know we've been talking about doing this for a while now. We've asked for ideas. We sent out a survey to all of our email subscribers for feedback. We've had plenty of conversations amongst ourselves and lots of thoughts about the idea of doing a Patreon. And I wanted to just put out this quick recording for a few minutes so that I could really just kind of tell you all where we're at on this, what we're thinking, and outline all the things that we've got in store on our Patreon. First, I want to start by saying we could never have made it this far without your help. And we're not looking to hide anything that we're doing for Make Believe Heroes proper behind some sort of a paywall. We're not looking to get rich quick or anything crazy like that. We just want to expand what it is that we can offer our fans. And we think that you all are going to be interested in what it is that we've come up with so far. I know that a lot of podcasts and streams come right out the gate with a Patreon account. They want people to immediately buy into what they're doing and help support them so that they can keep it going from the get-go. And that's great, and I have no problem with that for them. But for us, we felt like we really needed to prove ourselves to our fans and to the community before we ever tried to take a step toward gaining support. So that's why here we are, almost a year and a half since we launched the show, and we're finally ready to take the next step with the Patreon. Another reason we've waited this long is that we never wanted people to feel like, oh, we were just trying to throw some cheap thing out or some small thing out to get a buck. Before inviting our fans to become patrons of the show, and really investors is more the way that we look at it, we wanted to make sure that you had something worth investing in. Now, I know that for many of you, our show is worth investing in, and I'm so humbled and thankful and proud that you would be willing to take your hard-earned money and put it toward our show and show us that it's something that you really do believe in. I can't say how thankful I am for that. But that being said, we felt like if we were going to do this, we didn't want to say, hey, why don't you just throw us some bones for the show that we're making? We wanted to offer you something special, something that you could only get here by giving us a little bit of support. And that is when we decided to write down a bunch of ideas, things that we thought would be interesting to do, things that we thought we could logistically do, and things that we thought our fans would be very interested in. So we sent out a survey a little while back, and we got a lot of feedback. Some was kind of surprising. Things that people highly valued over other things weren't exactly what I would have anticipated. So that feedback was invaluable. And if you participated in that survey, then thank you so much for your help. Without that feedback, without your help, I'm not sure that we could have gotten this to where it is right now. So I don't want to belabor this and talk too long, and I know that I easily could. So let me just go ahead and jump right in. I want to just quickly outline what each of our tiers are and what they're going to get you if you support us. So the first tier we entitled Make Believe Companion. We tried to kind of make the name for each tier relevant to the show. This is themed after Charlie. There's even a little picture of Charlie from the Season 1 poster there on the website. And that's a $1 tier. The $1 tier gets you shout-outs. Really what this is it's for those people who love our show. They're not looking to really get a lot of new content, or maybe they just don't have the disposable income right now, and I completely understand that. But they do want to show us that, they support us and that they love our show and that they believe we're worth that $1 a month, that we're worth that investment. If every single person that listens to our show on a weekly basis would give us $1 a month, it would drastically change what we're able to do at Make Believe Heroes. I can't overstate just how important these $1 tier Make Believe Companion supporters are. And if you're on the fence about becoming a patron, but you would love to help us out, and maybe you don't use Twitter, maybe you don't use Facebook, and maybe you don't really have a way of getting the word out about our show, $1 a month, a quarter a week, that is a huge help. And we are so appreciative for the fans that have already gone onto our Patreon page and subscribed to us for $1 a month. Thank you so much. We're so excited and so humbled that you would do that. And I hope that some more of you that are hearing this will do just that. Oh, and for the record, if you do, the reward that you get outside of knowing that you're supporting this show that you love is we're going to give you a shout out on the show. And we're also going to place you on our sort of like Hall of Fame patron page on our website, makebelieveheroes.com, just to show our thanks as you, an investor of this podcast. The next tier is called the Make Believe Retainer tier in honor of the late and great Guy Clark. At this tier, you're going to get that shout out on the podcast and on the website, but you're also going to get a Patreon exclusive MBH Discord server. This is something that's become pretty common in the podcasting community, people setting up Discord servers for their fans to get on and talk to them. And, this is something that takes a modicum of effort on our part to make it worth your while. We're going to be on there to talk about the show. Myself, Jeffrey, Jeremy, Felicia, Alan, and Red from season 1. We're all going to be on there to answer your questions, to just chat about theories or reminisce about great moments, or even, if you have a D&D question or any sort of question about any topic at all, it's just a free-for-all, let's chat. Sometimes maybe we'll post a question and you guys can answer. But we really hope that you guys will engage with us on there. And that's what it's for. It's for those fans that really want to connect on another level. And this tier is set up for $3 a month. So if you go from $1 a month to $3 a month, then you get the shout out and the Discord access. The third tier is entitled Make Believe Adventurer, and we used Kellen from season 1 as an emblem and a sort of guide for this one. This is our $5 tier, and personally, I think this is kind of the bread and butter tier of all of the Patreon. Here, you're going to get the shout out. You're going to get the Discord access, because every time you go up, you're going to get everything that comes beneath it included. And you're going to get 3 new rewards with this one. The first one is called Monumi Unwrapped. This was hands down, without contest, the number 1 requested thing on our survey that we sent out. You guys made it very clear that the number 1 requested reward, the thing that you guys want the most of, is more information about Monumi. And so we've set up this reward called Monumi Unwrapped. That's what I've been calling it. For Monumi Unwrapped, I'm going to be releasing world building information. One time, this is going to come out once a month. Okay. So once a month, I'll be sending out an article or a written story, or occasionally even special recorded episodes, like half-hour episodes, where I discuss the elves of Monumi and the history of the elves, or the city of Dimmerhold, or the history of Branshire, or, what creatures are native to this area. I might do a map of a spot and talk about different things in this part of the world and how magic works. Really the sort of things that you would see or read or hear about in a world book or a world setting episode. There have been tons of requests for a world setting episode, and I've struggled with how to do that in a cool way. Not just in a cool way, but in a way that really does it justice without having to spend a ton of time and extra work, because the truth is this show is a lot of work. I personally spend probably a regular minimum of 10 hours a week, and sometimes much more than that, working on writing for the show, editing for the show, recording the show, all those things. And it's a huge investment of my time. And so for this $5 tier, it's to me, it seems like the most basic and simple tier for those people that really want to start gleaning the rewards of the Patreon. You're going to get this. You're going to get a look into the world of Monumi. You're going to get to learn about the races. You're going to get to learn about its history. You're going to get to learn about key figures throughout time and stories, expounding upon this world that we have built together. I've created it, sure, and did a lot of the world building, but all of us on the show have worked together to build this world, to give it life. And I'm excited to really give kind of a peek behind the curtain and see those things that you might never really find out through just the narrative of the show. And I think that's a very valuable reward that we're offering for our $5 tier, the Make Believe Adventurers. But you're not only going to get Monumi Unwrapped once a month, you're also going to get early release access. We're going to start putting our episodes out at least 2 days early for our patron supporters at the $5 tier. Now, my goal is to try and get a regular schedule for our patrons on Friday morning. That's what I want. Because I know you guys would love to have it for a work day. And it's Friday. It's the last real work day for many people. So that's my goal. Starting out, it might be on Saturdays, because there is going to be a transitional period Because right now, a lot of times with work and different things, sometimes episodes get pushed back, and it's crunch time on Sunday evening after church, getting things ready and getting them into the system and ready to release at 7 a.m. Monday morning. So it's going to be a little bit difficult for me to get it done by Friday morning. So I'm going to work my way up to it. But my plan, I will guarantee you Saturday you will have these new episodes starting out. But my plan and my goal and what I'm going to do is get it to where new episodes release for our patrons on Friday morning. So you're going to get those episodes a full 3 days early. And that's pretty awesome if you ask me. I support a couple of shows through patreon.com, and that early release was a huge selling point for me personally. So I hope that you guys will appreciate that as well. But that's not all. You're going to get one more thing at that $5 tier, and that is a monthly live Q&A. We're going to be getting together as a cast once a month. We're still got to figure out all the details and the small things. But we're going to be sending out invites through either Google Hangouts or possibly some other form like Twitch or something, so that we can do a live stream of us at our recording stations where we play, answering your questions. And you guys can get on through the chat and submit questions. You can give us questions ahead of time, and we may just pick topics from time to time and just chat about them, D&D topics or what have you. A monthly 30-minute to an hour-long episode that we're going to be putting out that is exclusive for our $5 and above patrons. So I really hope that some of you will consider supporting us here at this $5 tier. I really think it's the best value of all of these, so I'm really excited about that one. Next is the $10 tier, which we've entitled Make Believe Hero. And for this one, we've got the emblem, the logo, Sir Vance off the wall from Season 1. The true embodiment of a hero, the paladin of Pelor, a tried and true hero. So the $10 tier is going to really offer some awesome stuff. We have 2 new rewards at the $10 tier. And the first one is the one that's probably going to take the most work for us as a team out of any of these. And that is MBH Plays More Games. We'll be releasing special bonus episodes every month where the cast of MBH, along with some other different people, regular guests and different people we want to bring in, record episodes that are non-essential to the narrative of our podcast. This will include special Forced Hymn and Picnic episodes ran by Alan, some Call of Cthulhu RPG we've been talking about doing, some other RPGs that we haven't even considered yet that we've never played, more D&D that's non-canonical for Make Believe Heroes. Like one very specifically we're going to be doing is Jeremy is going to start putting together some episodes that we've had requested for Make Believe Villains, an evil campaign, if you will. And while I'm mentioning that, we actually have a goal. One goal we have set up right now on the Patreon website, that if we come up with $150 a month in support, we will launch a secondary show that will start monthly, and then it'll eventually hopefully become bi-weekly, which will be Jeremy running Make Believe Villains. And we'll launch that as a sister show to Make Believe Heroes. So we're really excited about the concept and the possibility of that, but it all starts here at this $10 tier. This is here to get you all some awesome new content, extra gaming, and extra episodes that are not essential to the storyline and not essential to what we're doing, and that are just things we want to try out. We want to branch out and we want to experiment and try new things, and we want you guys to be able to enjoy that. And you can expect the same level of quality concerning editing and the sound quality and all those things that you expect from our regular episodes. And it's still going to be clean and family friendly. Everything we do is going to be clean and family friendly. I guarantee, even Make Believe Villains. Sure, it might be a little bit more thematically adult in the sense that it's dealing with evil people doing evil things, but never like crass or particularly twisted, monstrous, just awful, awful things. I hope. It is Jeremy. No, it'll be family friendly, if not just maybe a little more PG-13 in the darkness of the podcast, if you will. So at the $10 tier, you're going to get access to those monthly bonus episodes where we're playing other games. Oh, I'm also going to be running some games for the young kids like I did for the Christmas special. That's going to be in there. Every month we're going to get you guys something a little different. Sometimes we might do 2 or 3 months in a row of the same story and build a cool little thing. But these are probably going to be a little longer than your typical MBH fare, hour and a half episodes, or maybe even 2 hours sometimes, probably. And, you're going to see a lot of things like that. So this is what you can look forward to at that $10 tier. And I think we got a lot of fans who are going to be really interested in that as well. As an extra bonus for this $10 tier, you're going to get my notes from the episodes. I haven't decided exactly how I want to handle this. if I want to just take each month and give you the notes from that month, or if you all would like to see notes from past episodes, because we're going to be 2 seasons deep already, basically, by the time this has begun. So maybe I'll just get some feedback from you all and see from our $10 tier patrons, from our Make Believe Hero patrons, if you will, see what you guys would prefer. But you're going to get to see behind the DM screen, if you will, see my notes and kind of my thought process, the things we didn't get to do and the things that I would have had planned for differently and things like that. All right, I need to move along. We're already 15 minutes into this. Wow, apparently I really like to listen to myself talk. There are only 2 more tiers. One is the Make Believe Royalty tier. This is an awesome tier. It's kind of next level. I personally, in my mind, just thinking about it, I'm like, who is going to give us $20 a month? And maybe it won't be. Maybe it won't be a full $20 a month. Maybe sometimes people will bump it up to this and then knock it back down, because the rewards here are a little different. And I kind of planned it that way because I do think that $20 a month, I understand that that's not sustainable for a lot of people, just for this one show, no matter how much you love us. But what you're going to get at $20 is you're going to get a quarterly physical gift. So we're probably going to split that up like you would imagine, January to March and then April to June. Those are the quarters of the year, just like you would imagine. We're going to be sending out a physical gift. Those are going to be things like prints of the awesome posters that we have from Ingrid Khan, the official posters for season 1 and season 2. Maybe some official artwork from the symbols of the gods that we've worked on and things like that. Maybe we've talked about doing like some cool stickers and just we're mulling around a lot of ideas. We're only going to be sending something out like this once every 3 months. So it's just occasional physical gifts, but I think they're going to be really cool, awesome memorabilia from the show, and I don't think that you guys are going to want to miss out on that. And that's what you get at that $20 tier. You're also going to get, if you support us for $20 a month, to create 1 NPC for our show. Now, what that means is you get to send me a description of an NPC. What I'm really looking for is a name, physical description, race and class if you want to give them a class, whatever their race is. And then, maybe just a little bit about themselves, what they're like, how they act around people, and just whatever I would need to know about their personality to make them live in this world that I'm creating. So at this $20 tier, you're going to get exclusive physical rewards, many of which you will never be able to get anywhere else. We're not going to sell a lot of these. And then you're also going to get to create an NPC that your character that you make up will be in our show. So it's like you're a part of it with us. And I think that's an awesome reward. Now, we do have one final tier, and I have a little bit I want to say about this, so let me get right into it. The $20 tier, named Make Believe Royalty, themed after our own Sutsaris, or Saul, if you will, is for those people who are, really interested in just supporting us greatly and getting some cool rewards back in their hands for it. The $50 tier is extra special. It's entitled the Make Believe Champions. We're limiting the Make Believe Champion patrons to 4 people right now. And the reason is because it's a $50 tier. That is a lot of money. So let me start by saying that this tier is designed for you to not continually give us $50 a month. I can barely fathom that. Now, if you want to do that and you want to truly invest in us, wow, you are amazing and we'll never thank you enough. But say you wanted to just throw us that $50. Maybe you don't want to give us $5 a month for a year. You want to drop a $50 support on us. And, then maybe you would drop down to the $1 or the $3 or $5, whatever, depending on what rewards you want to continually get each month. The $50 tier gets you our most exclusive, and really it's kind of like a VIP reward. The $50 tier gets you access to a one-shot D&D game that I'm going to run, and some of us from the show are going to play in. You're going to get to play D&D with us. I'm going to run a one-shot for probably 2 patrons and 2 of our regular players. So we've got it set up for potentially 4 supporters, and so we'll probably split that into 2 groups. Here's the thing. There are a lot of stipulations that have to go on this, and it's just because of the reality of it. And the reality is that, we have a standard set on this show of what we want it to be. And in order for it to work, in order for this situation to even work, you have to logistically have certain things. but then we also want to keep it. So let me break it down to you very simply. The first thing that is an absolute certainty before you ever consider doing this $50 tier, even if it's just the $150 just to get this one reward, is you have to have a device with a microphone and a good internet connection that's reliable enough to handle a video chat for like 3 to 4 hours. Because that's how we do it. We play remotely, we get online, we do Skype, we record individually at each of our computers with nice mics, and we do it for 3 or 4 hours at a time. So if you want to play this one shot with us, you have to have a device with a microphone, preferably a camera if you can, but not a necessity. But, if you've got one, great. Ideally it would be a good microphone, but even if it's just the built-in microphone on an iPad or a laptop, it's acceptable. We can work with that, okay? We'll make it work. But you need that, and you need a decently quiet place to play. I'm not saying you need a soundproof room, but you don't need to be in a coffee shop when we play. It needs to be at home or wherever you need to go that's a nice, quiet, secluded place where you can play. This game that we play will be 100% safe and safe for work. That's to say there'll be no profanity of any kind, no sexual content of any kind, no rudeness to other players. I know sometimes our characters are rude to each other, especially Jeffrey's characters and Jeremy's, because they're brothers and that comes out. But we don't want anyone who's going to literally be paying this awesome support for our podcast to feel attacked or feel in any way like, oh, I've made a mistake. When you come to our table, we want you to have fun. And that means that whoever you are, if you support us at this level, and it is amazing and insane and humbling, then we're going to guarantee that you have a safe time without any rudeness, with no questionable content. It's going to be clean, fun. That is our goal. So if you think I've got what I need in terms of an internet connection, in terms of computer, mic, I have a camera, I don't have a camera, not a big deal, and I am fine with playing a clean game, no swearing, no profanity, no sexual content, being friendly to all the other players and respectful, then maybe this is for you. And the real kicker is we plan to record it. Now, if we set it up and you have the ability to record on your own and make your own track, that's fantastic, and we'll do that. But if you don't, we have workarounds. We can use Google Hangouts Live to send it to YouTube, and we can pull the audio. And we're not talking about the professional level quality. I'm not expecting you guys to go out and buy a microphone to play with us. But we do want to chronicle that game so that we can release it. Maybe one day we'll release it as one of those special bonus episodes on our show, and you will get to be a guest on our podcast. How cool is that? So that is the $50 tier. And of course, at this tier, just as every other, you get all the rewards that come with it beneath. And say, well, I'm only going to do this 1 month. I'm going to do this 1 month. I'm going to drop my $50. I want to get on this game. Then you're going to get all those rewards for that month. And if you continue support at a lower tier, you'll get whatever rewards that tier will gain you. And if you don't, you'll get all those rewards that 1 month. The fact is, we know that you guys work hard for your money. We know that your time is valuable. We know that your money is valuable. And we know that you may not be able to just continually support us every month going forward for $5 a month or $10 a month or whatever it is. So we're trying to make sure that what we're offering you is worth paying for, that it's something that you would purchase, something that you would subscribe to and give your money to in order for you to receive it, because we want it to be that valuable to you. So if you can support us at $1 a month, thank you. If you can support us at $3 a month, wow, you are awesome. If you can support us at $5 a month, 10, 20, or insanely enough, 50, whatever you can do to help this show is going to ensure that we continue. It's going to ensure that not only that we continue, because we're going to see this story through to the end, barring some crazy life event causing a cataclysmic break and, something unspeakable happening. We're going to finish this story. But we want to give you more than that. We want to build a world of possibilities with make-believe heroes. And we can't do that without your help. So I hope that this answers any and all questions that you might have about our Patreon. I'm going to post a link in the show notes. Please click the link. Go check out the website. We've put together a short little video that kind of says a lot of the same things I've already said in more detail here. But just know that if you can support us, thank you, and we love you. And if you can't, thank you for listening, and we still love you. Just keep listening to our show. Keep telling your friends, leave us that 5-star review, retweet us on Twitter, do what you can because you're helping us grow and you're keeping this show alive. We can't thank you enough. We truly, truly appreciate all that you guys do. And we look forward to seeing what we can all do together going forward. And of course, I'm sure there'll be some hiccups along the way, things that we decide to change, things that need to be adjusted, things that we mess up. So please bear with us, have patience, and we'll perfect this as we go along together, I promise. And if you have any lingering questions, any concerns, please feel free to reach out on Twitter, on Facebook, email us at lettersandmakebelieveheroes.com, or go onto the Patreon website and leave a comment. We'll get back with you as soon as we can, and we'll work through all of this together. Thank you for listening. This is Paul, and we are Make Believe Heroes. We'll see you on Monday.